Hope you guys are ready for another episode of Double D's in your face. That's right.
What kind of questions do we want to jump into there to kind of entertain the folks there with because we have the presence of Don Frye myself, so we have the sequence of Double D's in your face. Here is son number 2 coming into my office here right now. My son David, come on in here, David.
All right.
And again, he walks all upright, stuff like that. You know, like a real man. Come on up here. Come on. It's
Come on, Davey boy. Come on, Davey boy. We're gonna
come on there, get up here a little bit close.
Daddy gotta show you off.
They can see his mug here right now.
Yeah.
See, he's even donning the
Got the Don Frye mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
So when Dad had to grow a real mustache.
Yeah.
But this is my son who actually went into wrestling and was a 2-time state champion for Bronson High School.
All right, good job.
That's awesome.
Well, wait.
215.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then what? You didn't go to college?
I did a little bit, but I did a lot more of the freestyle and Greco on my own at that point in time. So,
yeah, there was I'll go into the story at a different time. There's a few things that didn't quite go with a couple of colleges that they were promising more than what they came through with, and it's like kind of going, well, you know, that's where a lot of high school athletes the high school advisors are trying to push all these high schoolers to go to college, and the reality is most high schoolers should not go to college right out of high school because it's just a continuation of the same thing of learning stuff, taking tests, the whole 9 yards. What they really need to do is either go into the military or they need to go get a job for a year or two and to realize how shitty life is out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when you finally decide what you want to go to college and be, you're not going to screw around and do things, because a lot of times when you go from high school right to college, it's just a continuation of the same thing, but mom or dad are not there to oversee things. So now it's easy to get into drunken debauchery. A lot of.
Hey, Dan, I'm right here. I
know. Look at a fine example of drunken debauchery here right now.
God dang! Wait till I leave, will you, please?
But no, I mean that's and the sad part is upon high school graduation, how many credit cards did you receive your senior year? Saying, congratulations, senior, you're graduated. Here's a free credit card here. Here's a free credit card there. Don, is there anything free in this world?
Not a damn thing.
And
except for Dan Severn farting in your dream.
You got that for free?
Yeah, I know.
He charged me.
It slipped.
Hey. That was before I was somebody, okay? But now it's I charge for all that now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got the one free.
Well, since we got your son here, let's hear some fabulous stories about your dad. How was he growing up? Was he rough on you?
Did he make you purchase your own toothpaste and pay for your lights? To read.
it was quite a normal to myself.
That's because you're a goof. You're raised by a fucking goof.
Right.
You don't know what normal is. Yes.
It was more when I would have buddies come over. That's when they're like, "Oh, let's go out to the training facility. Let's go see your dad." And I'm like, why go out to the training facility? I'm like, why don't we go to your house? Your house is a lot cooler. But that's because I was just so used to being out in the training facility all the time. So
yeah, Dad charges you to watch him in the training facility.
I'm like, if I go out to the training facility, I'll probably have to start mopping mats or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to go out there. So, no, the only time I actually even realized what my dad did was one of my buddies had a Game Boy Advance, and he had a I think it was the WWE or WWF Game Boy game at the time, and he goes, "Hey David, this little 2-bit character looks a lot like your dad." And at the time, you could read like a little bio,
Yeah.
and it said from Coldwater, Michigan on it. He goes, so I went home and I asked mom and dad about this Game Boy game that looks a lot like Dad and says even Coldwater right on it. And so that's when I finally got introduced into the wacky world he was in, because I just thought he was just a traveling car salesman, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I honestly, I kept my family a lot of times in the dark on that. That I really did not want anyone to follow in the steps of professional wrestling or the cage fight world because, well, professional wrestling, it's a very tough lifestyle. When you look at being on the road, 200. What no, WWF's contract at the time, I think it was 187 dates that you had. 187 dates is easy. 200 plus days on the road.
Yeah.
And when you're on the road that often, it's hard on the family. I mean, literally, I've missed so many birthdays, anniversaries,
Yep.
on and on and on. I'll miss my own birthdays and things of that nature. That's why I'm only 21.
What was the first fight that you saw with your dad in?
Well, I mean, well, okay.
With his mom.
Atlantic City.
Well, in the
Oh.
ring, in the octagon.
Well, again,
Not in the
he actually saw. He actually saw one of my matches, in Atlantic City. But I'll say that the funnest time was for me was I think I took you and was it just you or was it you
Probably just me.
to a UFC show?
Oh, it was
You and Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
what's
you
your
guys.
what's your brother's name?
Well, yeah, but don't but did you? I mean, you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah. That was the first time we ever been to a UFC
Yeah.
UFC fight.
It was nice because they, for whatever reason we got one of the
I think it was right over in Detroit. Yeah.
executives, brought us up into their fancy booth and stuff like that. So I mean, they had a blast because they had all kinds of eats and stuff like that. They had great seats and
I don't even think he watched the fights. I think he just sat in the back eating all the free pizza. So
Yeah, putting it in his pocket. Yeah. he brings Ziploc bags to those things,
filling up the fanny pouch with a couple slices for later.
I was actually going out there. I had a box. I was hawking it. Get your slice of pizza right here. Get to this that.
So was that Semaphore Entertainment or was that the Fertitas?
No, that would have been would have been early on.
Semaphore, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Bob Meyerowitz.
Yeah, probably during the Bob Meyerowitz era, I'd say so. Because there was again there was the you got to look at he had uh, Art Davey with in the very beginning. I think that was I forget what segment that was known as, but then they sold it to Bob Meyerowitz, and then from Bob Meyerowitz went to the Fertitta brothers and Dana White.
Yeah.
And now the big Hollywood conglomerate to now the WWE / Umbrella. So
Yeah, Bob always treated me good. He's a good man.
no, I enjoyed. Bob was actually was a really nice man.
Yeah.
When we used to travel a lot, we would go to a lot to the same locations, and he would ask me, who is such and such person, and at the time I could remember everyone when we'd revisit locations, and I'd have to remind him who such and such was. But now, I only turned 31, and I already got his memory already, because now I see people, they say hi to me and I can't remember their name. I'm like, great, I got his memory already. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, Burner. You look at somebody, I can't remember a face. It took me a year to learn Tony's name.
I can still normally recognize the faces, and that I usually just try to tell them, hey, you, what's the name again? One more time, just to jog the old memory. So
Yep.
Nothing wrong. Hey,
I just go with hey bud, how you doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
What's happening, you?
Usually
You're looking great.
throw out
Yeah.
a quick little brother in there. Hey brother, how's it going?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Pat.
That's the new. Isn't that the new? intergender word now. The new Pat. Who's Pat? You got the
It's Pat from SNL.
Saturday Night.
Yeah.
Remember that?
yeah. No, that's
Never
actually
knew.
very funny.
Yeah, that was a great skit. I love that skit.
I
Yeah.
see. What
Now it's
Tony? Hey, Tony, did Don have to come armed tonight? I mean, what was
Yeah.
it? He's in a rough neighborhood. He had to bury the arms.
Yeah.
We should show that off. That the fact that in the state of Arizona, it's okay
Yeah. It's a
to
wild
wear.
West over here still.
I think we should be talking about that. In the state of Arizona, it's okay to
Yep.
open carry.
Yeah.
It actually cuts down on people being stupid. I think. I don't know,
No,
just going out there on a limb.
no, it's smart to be able to. Well, you got the president, all the government, stars. They're all protected by guns everywhere they go. But yet,
Yeah.
we won't protect our children. You know, like that's like you won't have. Why don't they have? Like you could, I bet you anything you could find some retired military, someone that's qualified that would be willing to go to schools just for nothing, to go there to protect lives. They probably don't want anything. They'll go there. It's a like I said, a qualified human being that can shoot a gun to walk around to school to protect our children. Why don't they do this shit? Like it's ridiculous that they don't do this.
Oh, I totally agree. Well, there was one of those, I'm not sure if it was on Instagram or whatever, but it was talking about, I forget even the city, but all the teachers are allowed. They are allowed to carry concealed weapons, and they do. I think it was
Yep.
Texas.
Yeah.
If I remember, if memory serves me correctly, and I'm thinking it should be, to me, that should be in any school system. There should be teachers ought to have gun lessons, and they should have concealed permits issued to all of them, because why allow a couple of intruders to come in there and to just simply just butcher our youth?
Yep. Well, they're inviting them to come in. This is a gun-free zone. You know,
Yep.
so they know. Well, perfect place to
And
go.
then and you get something, a lot of times it's just a disgruntled student who got kicked out for whatever reason. Now decides to come back and, with his friend Smith and Wesson there.
Like I definitely don't condone bullying and shit, but like think about how often did this happen back when we were kids, like younger age, like that didn't like kids knew better to come in there and do that stuff. There's actually people's kids coming into shooting schools and stuff. Like kids knew there were consequences and there were going to be people that would stand up for themselves back in our time. I mean, back in other, nowadays, everyone's scared of each other to stand up for someone else. They'd rather record it on their phone than go help.
Yeah, like that's going to help you just have that phone recording right there when someone got a gun. Yeah, oh, I got you on camera. Oh yeah, okay, boom, boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but
Well, no, it was just what? Okay, because as you stood up, we saw you having your sidearm, and I made the comment that is okay in the state of Arizona to have open carry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or concealed. We can conceal too without tugging in license. It's constitutional carry.
Yep.
You can either
conceal
it or
I'm just curious as to like show and tell here right now. What are you carrying, if you don't mind? Ask it.
Colt Commander 1911.
Colt Commander 1911.
Yes, sir. A 45.
Okay, 45. Okay, gotcha.
Sure.
That clear.
Nice.
Yeah, it's woolly mammoth ivory.
Wow, that's
Grip.
nice.
Yeah.
What? Show them your knife. That's
Did
good.
you say it's woolly mammoth ivory?
Yeah. I think you killed it. That was your first kill.
Woolly mammoth, I'm gonna say, is a prehistoric elephant here right now. And okay, I like the way that you played up there, Mr. Frye. You buried me. You buried me on that one there, didn't you?
Here's your second one. This is ivory from another mastodon. Yeah.
So what are you trying to say? When my back was turned, you took the ivory. Okay, all right. So that must mean that you were somewhere back in that time with me there, huh?
No. I found it when you were sleeping. You went out for some food, and so I just stole it from you.
Ah, okay. All right.
Not too proud to admit I steal from you.
Oh, you rummaged through my fanny pack? Is that what it was?
Yes, yeah.
Amongst all the bombs that were coming out,
Oh, I wouldn't touch your fanny back, boy. I'll tell you that.
uh-huh.
Thank you for watching another episode of
Double D's in your face.
You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.